Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna start with the daily here with the channeling to see what happened with Bitcoin and what we might expect next. So basically we have the bull run here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for a wave 1 finished and followed of course by an expanding flat A, B and a C. We can see 3 waves down, 3 waves up here, and of course continuation impulsively toward the downside, breaking the base channel of this impulse. And of course once we broke it, that means we are outside of the base channel, meaning this bull run has finished definitely and we're looking for something else here unfolding. Now as you can see, I dropped our channel from for the bearish here, where we have of course a wave 1 here, and based on the wave 2 we have our channeling here as a base channel. We see of course the wave 3 getting out of the base channel, exactly what you would like to see in an impulse toward the downside. Wave 3 of course reaching outside of the base channel. Now as you can see again, the price is getting back today of course inside the base channel, which is of course still acceptable, might come back even to the midline of this base channel, and then start to move of course again towards the upper downside of course for wave 5. Now basically this means of course that we might still be in a correction in ABC, and we're gonna see of course the reaction in this area. Of course it's gonna be an interesting area of here for this correction as a wave C, that it might hit of course a little bit higher and then probably start the drop down again, because of course your wave 3 is several 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 and a 5, and we have one more 4, 5 of course, because you have a big 1, 2 over there. So this is regarding the channeling, very interesting. We are of course looking at some higher prices here, but we are in a very critical area right now, so we might start to face some resistance there. We gotta be careful with it. Now, on the labeling here for the flat, of course, we are looking at the finished impulse over there as a wave 1. And our wave C for this expanding flat is still unfolding. Perfect fib level for wave B, 1.38. And of course, we are currently in unfinished wave 3 yet, because as we mentioned, we have double 1, 2 here, 3, 4, 5 toward the downside. Target is of course between 67K 900, 74K 400, I would say, which is in confluence with the minimum target for a wave 2 here at a 0.38 fib level, 74K and around it. And plus of course you are in intersection here with a very strong area, which is technically a support, and I count this of course as a potential reset area for Bitcoin to start a new bull run after a wave 2, because of course we are here in a major wave 3 in the all-time history. This is a major wave 3 and we are unfolding here a 1, 2 and wave 3 over 3, which it might be of course a very shallow wave 2 as per Bitcoin characteristic here. And of course we might move very high for a wave 3, which it might be very impulsive as well, because 3 over 3 is the most impulsive wave that we might have. The next scenario that we might have here, in case that we move for higher and we see a very strong push for Bitcoin within the price here, and we see something of course invalidating at the 100K, invalidating this impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 4 is not allowed to interfere of course with the zone 1 at 100K 400 and around it. I would say 100K would be much even precise. Yeah, so I would say even psychological number is very interesting to see the reaction over there. So if Bitcoin moved to the 100K again, we might see of course here a diagonal formation, because of course this is gonna turn as something like a zigzag as a wave 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 toward the downside. So this is what I'm expecting in case of course we push to this area. Still of course very far possibilities for now. We still need of course to see the reaction here for the 1-to-1 fib level. We're gonna see it on the lower time frame, which is in confluence of course as well with the base channel, the new base channel, and of course the old base channel as well. It might present a very significant resistance over there. So This is the second possibility that we might have in case we're going to continue the drop toward the downside, but we see, of course, a little bit higher prices. The bullish scenario here, of course, is an ultimate bullish scenario that you might have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. An extended wave 5 that it might be unfolding here potentially as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 5 still can be another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the blue count to finish over there. Currently, you have got, of course, the perfect fib level between 0.618, 0.786, where you have potentially a leading diagonal wave 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. This scenario can be even a transition for the whole move here as double 1, 2 here. And then you're opening for a massive wave 3 and then later for 5, for 5 toward the upside. But of course, currently we're going to keep it within this impulse, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to see the reaction here as another impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, of course, if we succeed to reach this area and we see, of course, a very high level here, of a wave, then of course we might change to double 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 for Bitcoin. So these are the most important possibilities here right now regarding the current price action. And of course, we're going to take it from there. We'll see what's going to happen step by step. If we dive, of course, on the lower time frame here to hours chart, we can see our impulse towards the downside here clearly as a 1, 2, and we're looking for several 1, 2 again. And then wave 3, major wave 3 has been finished almost. The most aggressive move towards the downside is done, I would say, for this bear market. Currently, we are looking to finish up, of course, these 1, 2s in several, of course, for 5, for 5, for 5 toward the downside. So the price is going to be a little bit slower, not so much impulsive anymore like we saw in the wave 3. Unless, of course, we're going to see something very aggressive, depend, of course, on the fundamentals. But basically, this is what I'm looking for in Bitcoin. Currently, on the lower time frame, I'm gonna watch, of course, the 1-to-1 fib level, very essential key level, 95k 300. If we're gonna get a reaction there for wave C and we drop down again, of course, this might be your wave 5 unfolding here. Of course, it is very likely as well that you get the uncommon target here at 0.618. So you gotta be careful with it. So I would say this is our blue zone right now. And of course, the zero point 0.5 here is in confluence, I would say, within this area. Yeah, so we have this area in confluence right now. We got to be careful, of course. It's a double area that it might be hit over there for Bitcoin. And we might still be in a wave 4 and that we might drop down again. This is, of course, the ABC in case we are continuing the bearish over there. Now, different possibilities is, of course, that you might be in 1-2-1-2. Can this be a wave 2 as well as a WX and a Y here? Or it can be triple 1-2s even. And you're looking here at a wave 3, then 4-5, 4-5. This can be unfolding, of course, a wave 3 here. And if this is going to happen and we break the 95K, so this is our first signal that we are pushing here for something probably very bullish. And of course, the second signal is taking the 99K 150, meaning first probability adding 10% here for the bullish as probability, taking this one, adding another 15% as well for a bullish probability. Now, of course, it depends later on as well on the structure. If it is a clean structure in several 1, 2, 4, 5, 4, 5, and of course we get something corrective after it, of course the probability is going to shift higher for the bullish at that time. Okay, so at this price here, we're going to become, of course, 50-50 again, right, between bullish and bearish in this area. But if we get a very clean structure, that it might be impulsive, meaning 3 ways down here, and we start to see a reaction, we might shift, of course, 60 or 70% again bullish for Bitcoin. This is how we're gonna, of course, walk with it step by step. Yep, so these are the possibility currently on the lower or micro level. I'm still looking, of course, for higher. You have finished here an impulse, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and still looking for 4, 5, 4, 5. Of course, since you have several 1, 2s here, So very interesting what we are looking at here for Bitcoin, but to be watched this area again, of course, for any kind of resistance. We're gonna see what's gonna happen in this matter. That was it for Bitcoin for the daily. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.